Hi Floss Tube, my name is Laura and welcome to my channel, Loves Rubber Stamps Needlecrafts. This is my Floss Tube video number 15 and today is Thursday, October 22nd of 2020. It is pretty early in the morning here. It's about 6:45 in the morning, but I wanted to hop on here and get my floss tube made before I went to bed this morning. I do have to work tonight, so I work overnight shifts, so I usually am up all night long and then sleep during the day. So it's been about a month since my last video, so I have quite a bit to share with you. Brief life update before we jump into things. We haven't really been doing too much here, just work and staying home. I work for a police department and as a 911 dispatcher, and we just had an unexpected opening at our department. We have a lady that's going to be retiring at the end of December, so we knew we were going to have one position opening up. So they have already started the hiring process for that and offered a lady a conditional offer. But we had an unexpected opening because one of our other ladies put in her 2-week notice and her last day is going to be October 28th. So it's very unusual for our department to have any real type of turnover, especially in dispatch. I think the newest lady that works there now, she's been there 7 years, and all of us, that's our newest. So having 2 openings is pretty unusual. So I don't know how it's going to affect my stitchy time coming up because our training process takes about a minimum of about 4 months. So if they can hire a couple of people right away, it's still going to be after the first of the year before they're on their own. And so we're going to have 2 openings, and we're only going to have 10 people to cover all the shifts because we usually have a crew of 12, 4 on each shift. So I am expecting a lot of overtime, and if you don't sign up for it voluntarily, there'll be a lot of mandatory overtimes. So got to enjoy my time off now while I can. So next, my daughter will be having her 28th birthday. Her birthday is Saturday. So I know her and her boyfriend plan on going out to eat, and then we're going to have her over for supper, her and her boyfriend over for supper on Sunday. And I'm going to order steak for the family from Texas Roadhouse and just get it curbside and bring it home, and we'll just have a family dinner at home for her birthday. Hard to believe that I have a daughter that's 28 already. That's crazy. Other news, I'm going to be going to the Midwest Cross Stitch Retreat coming up. It's going to be November 5th through the 8th in Amana, Iowa. I'm pretty excited for that. It's a little bit scary because I haven't really, since all COVID started, haven't ate in restaurants, haven't really been around a lot of people, honestly. And I know that the retreat's going to be a lot smaller than originally planned. So it'll still be fun, and we'll just take our social distancing measures, wear masks, just be as safe as possible, but still it'll be fun to try to do something a little bit more normal in this crazy time. So another thing coming up, my husband and I, in fact, the day I get back from the retreat in Amana, we have to leave for Las Vegas because he sells his tire machines at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for Duel in the Desert, and that race is coming up that very next week. So I get home Sunday from the retreat. As soon as I get home, we're turning around and heading out to Las Vegas. So that's got me kind of nervous too, but I already told my husband that I'm not going to sit in casinos, and I really am not interested in going to restaurants. We'll get delivery or curbside. So it'll be a lot of sitting in my hotel room cross-stitching while he is at the racetrack doing his stuff. So, but it'll be a nice drive, I suppose. So that's pretty much all the life updates I have. So we'll go ahead and jump into things. I have some whips, some finishes, and then a lot of haul. And I have some really good haul. I got a couple of my unicorn charts and a lot of cool things. So, but I'll do the haul at the end in case you're not interested in seeing it, or you can click off. So we'll go ahead and start with the projects that I've worked on since my last video. The first thing I'll show is the piece that I've been working on at work. This is my Randal Spangler Dog Double Shelf by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching this one for my mom. And I'll insert a picture of where I was on my last video here. And here is where I'm at now. So since my last video, I completed page 2, which is this page here. So I finished all of page 2. And I decided to come back over and start on the page below number 1, because I wanted to try to get, there's a lot of books, obviously, in this design. So I kind of wanted to do more of the books before I get to the good part of the dog there. A little more motivation to bust out some of this background. So I worked a lot on this page, and then there was a whole kind of in between the books here. There's a really dark spot, and all of this is 938. So I just worked down as far as that little section went because it was pretty easy. So this is actually the page below number 1, and then the page below that. And I was hoping to get to the very bottom of that third row of pages just to make sure that I could get 3 full rows on this size Q-snap. And counting, there's only about maybe 20 more stitches before I hit the bottom of that page. So I think it's all going to fit. So I should be able to get 15 full pages on this size before I'd have to move my Q-snap. So that's where that is. And I'll probably keep on working on that one for a while. I was switching. I have 4 Heaven and Earths that I was rotating through at work. I would do about a week's worth and then switch. But I don't get a stitch every night at work, so sometimes I wouldn't get a lot of progress on one before I'd switch to the other. So I've kind of decided to just maybe work on one until I get a page finish, or start getting bored and need to switch out a project, just to try to get more progress on them before I switch out. So for my at-home stitching, the next project I worked on was my Dark Queen of the Sea mystery cell, and it's by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and I don't have a cover photo because it's a mystery stitch along, so I'll insert a picture of, they release it monthly, so it started September 1st. We got the first part, and then the second part released on October 1st. So I'll put a insert of what part 2 looks like here. And then I'll insert a picture of where I was at on my last video. And since my last video, I was able to finish part 1, which was the fish. And then I just finished all of part 2. So I'm completely caught up on this one. And I'm stitching mine on a 32 count Opal Belfast called Into the Mystic by Color Cascade Fabrics out of Australia. And I really love the shading in, I don't know if this is supposed to be her skin or if it's a dress or what, but I think this looks like abs, which holy cow, she's got some abs, but so I don't know if it's her skin or a skin tight dress maybe with a cutout for her abs. I don't know. But I really love how they did the shading here because it really makes these fish pop. I mean, they really look 3D. So this is a really fun stitch so far. And the way I'm working this into my rotation is whenever I get the new release, which I should get the next one November 1st, after I finish the project that I'm working on for my regular rotation, then I'll switch to this one and try to bust out the next part. And then once I finish that, the third part, then I would go back to wherever I was in my rotation. This one, part 2, kind of took me longer than I figured, but this needle minder is a Clay by Kim needle minder. Really pretty. So that's where I'm at on this one. Again, this is it's called Dark Queen of the Sea Mystery Cell, and it's from Autumn Lane Stitchery. It's going to be a year-long sale. They're going to release one part every month for a year. And then the next project I worked on was my King Coda Storyteller by Aimee Stewart. The one I'm doing is my Max Colors. It's a Max Color Supersize. So I have it on a Mark II floor stand, which is really giant. You can kind of see some of it behind me right here. So the last time you saw this, I had just completed page 4, and I'll insert a picture of that here. And since then, I was able to do one rotation, and for my rotations, I do 2 horizontal rows on a page. So I'll insert a little video of where I'm at currently on this project. And then after I got my King Coda Storyteller rotation finished, I started thinking that there are a lot of projects that I have or that I really want to do that are more of like the small kind of seasonal pieces that, you know, like Priscilla and Chelsea's patterns that they do, little pin pillow type things that you'd put out for different seasons, or little holiday pieces for decorations. And I thought, I have so many of those that I want to do that if I waited until they just popped up in my random draws or, you know, I really wouldn't get to work on them very often or have the opportunity to get them done. So I decided to add a new category to my rotation. So this is going to be in my new rotation now. So I added a seasonal focus whip. So what I thought is I would pick one of the little seasonal type charts that I want to do, either for a pin pillow or like one of Priscilla and Chelsea's designs that I want to get done for displaying for the holidays. And I would stick that in. That's what I'm going to do for this one. If it's small enough, I would just start and finish it during this rotation. If it's a little bit bigger, like I might, you know, take a couple rotations to get it done. But whatever I choose for that, I want to focus on it until it's finished. And that way I can get some of my seasonal pieces that I want to get done knocked out and have them for display. So then my rotation will be King Coda, and then I'll do a random draw for all of my whips. And then I do King Coda. And then my focus whip piece, which right now is my Red Birds by Marie Barber. And then I would go back to King Coda. And this one, the first time it comes up, I would do a Christmas ornament and just start and finish one. The next time through, I would do Halloween ornament and start and finish it. And the next time through, I want to do stockings for all of my family. So I would do a turn on one of our stockings, and then I would do another King Coda. And since I would do 4 sessions on King Coda in my full rotation, that gives me a page finish. So after every time I complete this, I'd get a page finish on King Coda. And then I would do my seasonal whip. So because I added this category, I went ahead and just did it. So I had this one already started. It was Jolly Happy, sorry about the glare, Jolly Happy Soul from With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. And I had started this one on a 40 count mallow because I was going to do it for an exchange piece for one of the Midwest cross stitch retreats, the one that Brenda Gervais was the designer. And I was having a heck of a time stitching on the 40 count mallow. So I had swapped it out and completed my exchange piece on a 36 count fabric. But I already had like all frosty done and like this vine and a few of the snowflakes. So I really didn't want to, I had a lot done. So I wanted to try to finish that 40 count piece just for myself because I didn't care if it took me a little bit longer to do. So I pulled it out and I actually got a finish. I'll quickly insert a picture here of where it was when I picked it up. And here's my finished piece. So I got it done. I did do a few little changes. The white that it calls for, which I think is eggshell, doesn't really show up on this fabric. So I just used B5200 for my white. And I also added little beads for his buttons and his eyes. I don't know if you can kind of see. But these little cardinals, those are 1/1 stitching. I don't know if you can, let me see if I can get them closer without it. I don't know if it's gonna focus, but there's 43 little stitches in those things. And honestly, when I pulled this back out to work on it, I didn't struggle as hard as I did the first time. And I'm wondering if it's because I had gotten new glasses, which were bifocal, like baby, like my doctor called them baby bifocals. So I don't know if that helped me see it a little better, but I was able to finish this, but I probably won't stitch anything else on a 40 count mallow just because I've stitched on other 40 counts, but this weave is really tight. So it's harder to see the holes for me. So I actually am going to do a giveaway because I have another piece, just a small 9 by 13 piece of the 40 count mallow. So if any of you love to stitch on 40 count mallow and don't have a hard time seeing on it, or if you just want to try it, if you have really good eyes, I'm going to give that away. And actually, there's enough left on my piece here. There's about half. This is also a 9 by 13. So when I cut this to finish, I'm going to finish this in a little pillow. I'll just throw in that other half because you could do a small ornament or something on it too. So I'm going to give the extra fabric I have away and do a giveaway. So if you are interested in trying that, or if you love mallow and just want a little piece, just leave me a comment. Please be a subscriber to my channel. And when you leave a comment, please don't say giveaway or anything like that. Just say that you want to stitch on the mallow, and just include that. And this is how you spell it. M-A-L-L-O-W. Like marshmallow, but without the marsh part. And I'll ship this anywhere because I should be able to ship it in just it's pretty flat, so. So I was glad to get that finished, and I think that'll work out good having that little section in my rotation to try to get some of those pieces like that finished. And that's kind of the size pieces I'll probably put in that category, is little things like that. And then I decided that we have to have Zoom meetings now, monthly Zoom meetings for work. And the nice thing is we don't have to have our camera on. So I decided that I'm gonna cross stitch during my meeting as long as I can pay attention and participate when necessary. So I have this project. I just leave it in my little project bag upstairs for my, and I just work on this during our Zoom meetings for work. So I went ahead and started my Mill Hill Miranda. Yeah, Miranda. It's a trilogy. I've done one of these so far. In fact, it's sitting over here. I'll show you the one I finished. Well, I'll show you the one I finished after I show you this one. So I've worked on this for 2 Zoom meetings so far. So here's where I'm at. So I thought Mill Hill kits are pretty easy to stitch, easy to see, easy to stitch, and just wanted that. So that'll be my Zoom work meeting pieces. And here's the one that I've already stitched. I haven't fully finished it yet, but it's the Mimi one. And here's that one. But I plan on probably just backing these with felt and putting it, using the leftover beads to do a beaded hanger, because I want to have a Halloween tree with Halloween decorations. That's why I want to get Halloween ornaments done. So I'll probably finish those once I get all of them stitched. I do have the 3rd one too. And then after I finished my Jolly Happy Soul, because I am going to the Midwest Cross Stitchers retreat, we have to, they're gonna have a Christmas ornament exchange if you want to participate. And so I decided to stitch just the little snowman portion to do a little Christmas ornament. This is Teresa Kogut's Snow Penny, but look at his sweet little face. I thought he is so adorable. He looks like a little fat marshmallow snowman that's all smushed down. He's so happy about it. So I just stitched And this is a start and a finish. So I just stitched a little snowman. And I stitched this on 28 count crystal Pampas from Picture This Plus. And I just used the called for colors. They're all Weeks Dye Works Floss. So I thought he turned out so cute. And he's really not that big. It only took me, I could have easily stitched him in like a really good solid day of stitching. So basically one day, I got tired after I had pretty much everything done except his scarf and his head. And I had been working on the tree branches, and I think I got up to about here on the tree branches. Only had these 4 left, and I got super tired. So I finished him up quick last night. So really it only took me a day and a half, but easily you can stitch him in a day. He only ends up being about maybe 30 by 40. And it's not, he's solid, but the tree isn't. But so cute. And the way I want to finish this, I plan on next week on my days off, I'm just going to focus on finishing. So I'm going to finish this little guy into his ornament, get my mom's ornament that she made, also made into an ornament, and just kind of go through I have my Halloween piece that I finished. Can't remember what it's called. Halloween birds, playful pumpkins. That I have the frame for it. I just haven't had time to frame it. So I want to kind of go through my box of finishes and just have a finishing party and get some of my things finished and FFO'd. So what I'm thinking is after my FFO day, before we go to the retreat, I might just make a small separate video sharing just the FFOs I was able to get done before we go to retreat. That way you can see this one finished. I do have a plan for how I want to finish him. This was part of my haul from Dry Gulch, and sorry for the crinkle, but I wanted to find some dark cranberry like seam binding, because I'm going to make him into a little pillow, and then I'm going to do that ruched seam binding around the edge of the pillow. Vanna, the Twisted Stitcher, has a great video tutorial to show you how to do it. So I had wanted to figure, I just ordered some different reds because I wasn't sure which one I would end up using. I was wanting it to kind of match the colors of his scarf. So I was thinking maybe that one. And I think I'm just going to back him with some Lady Dots velveteen and have the ruched ribbon go around the pillow. And then I'd ordered a couple of seed beads or beads from 123 Stitch because I wasn't sure what color. And there's these kind of bright red ones, but I think they're too bright red. So I'm leaning more towards this. It's kind of a cranberry red. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but they almost have kind of a bluey tone, but they're a real dark cranberry. And they kind of, I was looking for something kind of that color line. So that's kind of my thoughts. It'll be some kind of pillow with a ruched beaded trim around it. So I'll probably end up using those cranberry beads. Those are pretty. So those beads were part of my haul. And then this company, like I said, is called Dry Gulch Beads and Jewelry. drygulch.com. And they're on Etsy. And I'll show you the different seam bindings I got. I wasn't sure, like I said, which reds I would use. So here's kind of the 3 that I ordered again. And these are, they end up being about 4 to 5 yards. So this one is Bordeaux. This one is called Rouge. This one's called Venetian Red, and that's the one I'm leaning towards, I think. And then I wanted some kind of fall color, so I got Green Gables. Oh, here's another red that I got called Ruby Lips. I really like this one. It's called Bayou Willow. Got some browns, kind of a pretty olivey. It reminds me kind of that, like a patina rust. And then I got a couple of fall orange colors. I got Amber Glow. It's like a vintage orange. This one's kind of brighter, called Fire Opal. And then they had a few little bead strings. So I got it's Magnesite Pumpkin. So they kind of feel like, almost like little stone feeling. But I thought these would be pretty to, you could use them like as a little pull on a project bag, or what I was thinking is on your finishes when you do a bow, like gluing one of these in the middle of your bow. So I got those. And those were all from that Dry Gulch. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to be going through my haul now. So if haul's not something that you're into, then feel free to go ahead and click off. So if you're going to be leaving, I want to thank you for stopping by, and I hope that you were inspired by my projects, and that you subscribe, and don't forget to enter my giveaway if that's something you're interested in. For the rest of you that's going to stick around and see my haul, I have quite a bit, but I have a lot of really cool stuff. And like I said, I was able to get a couple of my unicorn charts, so that was super exciting. So we'll go ahead and zip through this. When I placed my order with 123 Stitch, I wasn't sure what fabric I was going to use. I'd ordered fabric for Snow Penny, and I ordered that crystal pampas, and I ordered just a little piece of this 28 count historic green linen. This isn't opal, because I wasn't sure which one I would like better for the design. So since this is a fabric flare, and since I didn't use this piece, I'll just put it in my stash. So that was from 123 Stitch. I'd ordered that, the piece of pampas that I used, and those 2 Mill Hill bead packs. And I've had the crappiest luck lately, I think, ordering from a couple of online stores. One of them, I had a lot of problems with Bush Mountain Stitchery. I had been looking for a pattern. It's been on my wish list forever. It's a Pain-Free Crafts pattern. And it's no longer available through Pain-Free Crafts because the artist was retired. And so one day I just decided to search to see if any store might still have it in stock, and Bush Mountain showed that they had it in stock. And I had heard like good things about Bush Mountain Stitchery in the past, because they have the roller frames and stuff. So I figured I was pretty safe ordering from them. So I ordered that pattern that I've been wanting, and then I ordered some flosses that I needed for my Winter Rose Manor piece, and a couple other pieces. I was kidding. Gentle Arts threads, because they had been out of stock. Well, I placed my order on August 8th. And after about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, I hadn't heard anything. So I just sent him an email, which I didn't think was unusual because of COVID and things are slow, not as much staff, whatever. So I just sent an email and said, hey, do you have an estimate when my order would ship? I didn't hear anything back. Waited about a week. So I sent another email because it had been a month now. And I just said, hey, I didn't get a reply to my first email. Do you have an idea when this would ship? Another week went by, no response to my email. So I sent a third email and just said, I've sent a couple emails. Do you have any idea when this will ship? And finally on September 7th, I got a reply to my email from Mayanne Bush. And the only thing it said was they were waiting for my pattern to come in and that my order would be shipping on September 8th. That was it. So I wrote back and said, oh, that's awesome. You know, thanks for letting me know. And that was the end of it. 3 weeks later, I still hadn't got any shipping notice. And I tried calling their phone that's listed on their website. It says they have a new phone. Tried calling that 3 or 4 different times. Nobody ever answered it. No way to leave a message. No voicemail set up or anything. And finally, October 7th or 8th. So it'd been 2 full months and a full month waiting after they said it was going to ship on, no, it was October 2nd. So about a week shy of waiting the full extra month that, since she said that it was shipping on September 8th. Didn't say they were still waiting for my pattern. Like, she just said they were waiting for it to come in and it would ship. So I ended up having to file a fraud report with my bank. And then I filed that. And then finally, in the middle of October, after I filed my fraud report with the bank, I get a shipping notice for my order. And when my order arrived, I got the threads I ordered, which were these. And there was just a note on my order form that said, pattern out of print. That was it. No apology, no sorry this took so long, like absolutely nothing. So I won't order from them again. I know other people haven't had problems. This was my first time ordering from them, and I have an online store myself, and there have been times at my store where our shipping has been slower with things that happen, that's unexpected, life things. But I always try to put a notice on my storefront in case somebody ordered. And it just takes communication. I mean, that's all that would have been necessary, because I'm pretty understanding that life happens. Things are slow. It's not a big deal. I have plenty I can stitch. But just the lack of communication and not even really apologizing or anything after that, just, there's other stores that would want my money more. So it's unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. So hopefully if you guys order from them, you don't have that kind of experience. But I've seen a few reviews where other people have had the same experience as me. So one thing I did want to share quick was I ordered 4 skeins of roasted marshmallow, and these two look very similar. They're pretty yellow. This one is white with a lot of yellow streaks, and this one is almost pure white. So just check out the major difference in these 4. You can see, I just thought that was, you always hear about the dye lots and how the same color can look so different depending on but this really kind of showed me how extreme it can be between dye lots for these kind of flosses. Anyway. And then, next, I know in my last video, I had shared that I had another problem getting something in from a store, but they had, actually it wasn't really a problem. They had forgot something in my order, which happens, wasn't any big deal. But it took me quite a while to get a response from them about the missing piece of fabric. And then they promised they'd ship it right out, and again, it didn't go right out, but I did finally get it. So I had ordered, this is the Snowfall Primitive Hair fabric. It's a 30 count, printed with snowflakes. So I was glad to finally get that. Sorry for the crinkle. And okay, one of my favorite buys this time was I ordered a couple of bags from Creative Carol Designs on Etsy. And I've never had her bags before, but I see them on Stitching with the Housewives channel. And so I check out her store once in a while. And she had this gorgeous cardinal bag. So I had to get this one. This is one of her small size bags, which I know it's as big as a piece of paper. So it would hold, you know, the bigger size pattern. But this is the back, a little handle. And let me tell you, like, she uses a really nice kind of heavier weight vinyl, and her stitching is the straightest stitching I think I've ever seen in my life. They're so well made, very high quality, just really beautiful bag. So I got that one. And I got this really cute Halloween one. And this is the back of some witches. So gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And like I said, her stitching is amazing. Again, that's Creative Carol it's Creative with a K on Etsy. And then I got in my issue of the World of Cross Stitching. This one is issue 298 for October. There's a couple of things in here that were cute. This was the free gift. Little tags. I thought this was really cute. It's a little Frankenstein mouse. Furry Tales. These are by Lucy Heaton. I thought this was a cute set. This is a little Halloween mug warmers. These are by Rana Nori. It says coffee, scream, or sugar, caffeine potion, hocus pocus, I need coffee to focus, and witch's brew. So those would be cute gifts to make for someone that's a coffee lover. Then I thought these were kind of cute. They're by Jenny Vandeweel. These are just like, they made them into little cards. But I just thought these little fall scenes were really cute. You could do like little pillows. I really like the little squirrels. And then I thought this was cute too. Haunted House by Heather Nugent. You can make a little wreath or make these into ornaments. And one little cute idea they show on the other page, I'll have to be careful because it has a chart on there, but they show where you stitch it in glow-in-the-dark thread, and you can stitch around it so the little pieces glow in the dark. So that would be cute. Okay. Then I got in my just cross stitch issue. I really like the cardinals on the front. There wasn't really a whole lot in here I'd stitch. I liked the Christmas ornaments they had in this one, a couple of them. I really liked the little snowman. And I thought the little exhausted Santa was really cute. And then I liked the cardinals on the cover. That was about all that I'd probably stitch out of there. And then I got my September thread pack from Color and Cotton Threads. These are really pretty this month. They're really pretty autumn colors. So we have Barnwood, which is kind of like a dark, kind of a purpley brown. This one is Old Brick. This is Russet, and it looks like a russet potato kind of brown color. Old Moss, which is kind of a grayish, more gray than green. And this one is called Rose Gold. Those are really pretty colors for fall projects. And then I got my September Color and Cotton fabrics of the month. They haven't, she's running a little bit behind just due to supplies. So the ones I got this time are Monster Mash, which is this pretty purple. And this one is a 28 count Lugana. Light purple with just real light modeling. And then I got this 32 count linen called Prairie Dust. That's a really pretty neutral. And I just get the 13 by 17 size. I get lower counts, 28 to 32 in any color. And then I get one piece that's 32, 36, or 40 counts in the neutral, more neutral colors. And then I got some, Leela May had one of their wood sales, and I was finally able to get some. So I did my first order with them for some of their wood pieces for finishing. I'll take these out without being too loud with the crinkle. So I bought one of their tombstones. And then I got 3 of their paddles, their little round paddles. I got a red one, a black one, and a white one. So I don't know what I'm going to use those for finishing, but I'll find something. And then I found one of my unicorn kits on eBay, which is this Dimensions Whimsy kit. It's a Halloween one. I'm hoping to find all of these. So this is the only one I have so far. These came out in like 2001, so they're really old. So they don't come up very often, but when I saw this one, this is my favorite, so I snagged it. So I really like him, and it's the full kit. But I want to do those for my Halloween tree. And then I got the newest patterns from Stitching with the Housewives, and I got these to put in my store. And my online store is called Loves Rubber Stamps and Needle Crafts. It's just lovesrubberstamps.net. So I'll be adding these to the store. I got Up on the Housetop, the December Truck, their Candy Cane Coupe, it's cute, and the Jolly Claus and Merry Misses. So I like those. And then I've got on the mailing list for Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, and I'm going to add these to my store as well. So these will be in my store shortly as well. This was the fall issue, and these magazines are amazing. Like, everybody says how nice they are, but until you really, they're glossy, heavy-duty pages. This is like the best quality magazine I think I've ever had. So there were a couple of my favorites in here. Of course, Priscilla and Chelsea's Fall Sunflower Chart is in here. That's a series that's in new for this year. But the ones I really, really want to stitch right away is this one by Barbara Anna called Trick or Treat. Oh, sorry about the glare. That is so cute. So I love that one. The other one I really liked in here was this one by Stephanie with Lindy Stitches called Vulture Villa. Look at that vulture. It's so cute. That would be a cute finish for one of those paddles that I got. So I'll be adding that to my store. And then I had ordered from Kitten Stitcher. I had reserved one of the Brenda Gervais Coming to America kits, so I got mine. If you've never gotten one of Brenda's kits before, they are so high quality and amazing. You just need to get one. It comes in this decorative box. And let me show you. They come really awesome packaged. And that's actually, I don't know how my thread got in there, but it did. I had ordered a piece of fabric to extra just in my order, because you could order extra stuff and she'd ship it with your order. But I had ordered this 32 count mint from Picture This Plus because one of Brenda's patterns that I want to stitch, the, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it, but this was the called for fabric, and I wanted to see what the color was. I have some in my stash too that I was considering using, but I wanted to see what the original color was, and it's really hard to find, but Kitten Stitcher had the right count, so I ordered a little piece. I think it's from Picture This Plus, but anyway, with this kit, I got the floss for the pattern. Mine came with the, I ordered the version that had, I believe it's the 40 count XU Designs special die for this. And I think mine's the 40 count. Yeah. So it's got some modeling. Yeah, I think mine is the 40 count. Then you get, get the pattern, of course. And I didn't get mine in time to start with the stitch along that they were doing, but that's all right because I probably wouldn't have got it started anyway, so I didn't mind waiting. Sorry for the crinkle. But we also got a needle minder of a little pilgrim, and it was just random if you got a little boy or a little girl. You got this little like little book plate to put on the back of your frame when you're done stitching. You got this beautiful extra pattern that she sent that was a total surprise. Like, we didn't know that we were getting this. This is so cute. And the awesome thing is, besides getting this pattern, like, we got this instructional book on and a piece of backing fabric to finish that extra design into a pillow. And this is what the backing fabric looks like for this one. And there was a whole write-up about this fabric. And it's a reproduction from a page of Mayflower passenger William Bradford's journal. His writings documented the history of the first 30 years of the Plymouth colony. The journal is known as Of Plymouth Plantation, and it was written between 1630 and 1647, and it's considered the single most complete authority of the story of the Pilgrims from 1608 when they settled in Holland through the 1620 Mayflower voyage up until the year of 1647. So she had a page of his journal reproduced on fabric, and we got that to do as a backing fabric for this special design. So how cool is that? So I'm excited to try to do that. So Brenda's amazing. Like her, you can never go wrong ordering basically any of her stuff. But her special kits that she does, she always goes above and beyond for everything. And then we got a little clip, and there's a little tag that we got for our floss too. So totally worth every penny for that kit. And I think you can still order the kits. I'm not sure. I think you can still get them on, I think, Kitten Stitcher's site, and I know you can get them on Brenda's for sure too. So and then Kitten Stitcher offered everybody that pre-ordered the kits a coupon code to use at her website for anything you wanted. So of course I had to use it. So I had ordered some fabrics and some patterns that I liked. I also ordered a thread gather Silken Colors. I've never used their silk. I'm trying to find my little white piece of paper. I buried it. Sorry. I don't know if you remember in my last video, but I had said that I was looking for a nice black silk floss because I wanted to stitch my Ye Old Crow sampler chart that I won from Luminous Fiber Arts in one of her giveaways. I was looking for a black silk to try. So I ordered this. It's called Ink Black, and this is a beautiful, rich black silk. So I'm going to use this for that pattern, so it'll work perfect. The other things I ordered from Kitten Stitcher, I got a pack of her Jenny Bean cards. She included this little reproduction sampler sticker. And the patterns that I ordered, I really have kind of fallen in love with these. They're kind of Quaker style patterns by Marjorie, and I think her last name is Massey, Marjorie Massey, or possibly Macy, I'm not sure. But the ones that I really could have ordered all of them, but that's ridiculous to order them all at once. So I narrowed it barely down to 3. So the first 3 that I got this one called Rouge et Blanc. So it's this really cool design, and you can do it in a red version, or you can do it in this white version. This is Blanc, and I'm not sure which one I like better. I think they're both beautiful. And the reason why I like her designs is because when you first glance at them, they just look so Quaker and primitive, and they just have a lot of really cool design elements. But when you start looking closer, there's always something really fun that you spot. Like for this one, the real reason I had to get it is this snail. Look how cute that snail is. And this little sluggy snail is just entwined with all these beautiful birds and butterflies and roses. And then you have this little adorable snail. hanging out. I just think that's so cute. So I had almost just stitched this little snail and make him a little pin pillow or something. But that was one pattern I got. The next one I got was by Marjorie Massey, Prairie Girls Sampling, and it's Quaker Style 5. And it shows this one in a monochrome, and you can do it in different colors. But again, I love the Quakers. But then look, just like this little random wiener dog right in the middle. That just, I love that. So like when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's really nice. And oh, random wiener dog. It's so cute. So I got that one. And then I got this one called Mother Hen 1 and 2. I just thought that was so cute. So there's one that has little eggs, and then her little babies have hatched. So I really love her designs. And the cool thing is that with my order, Kitten Stitcher threw in this freebie pattern from the same designer of this really pretty Christmas design. So I'll totally stitch that too. It's so pretty. And then the other thing I got, the other items I got from her at Kitten Stitcher was I placed an order for this Aimee design called Tombstone Mansion. And it says, shadows of 1,000 years rise again unseen. Voices whisper in the trees, tonight is Halloween. And I just really loved that. I loved the little willow trees, all the little pumpkins in the yard, the crows. So I really liked that one. And then I ordered some fabrics. I got this 36 count light hazelnut. I had ordered a piece of this for my winter rose manor from With Thy Needle and Thread. And I love this color, so I got another piece to put in my stash. It's a 36 count from XJ Designs. And then I ordered this one called, it's from XG Designs as well, called Sampler Khaki. I think it's a 40 count. But it's, her fabric smells so good. Kind of a grayish green modeling. So I like that. I don't know what I'll stitch on it yet, but I just basically got these for stash. And then this one, it looked a little different than I was expecting. You know how that happens when you order things online, you see a little piece of the fabric. So this one is cool. I'm not sure exactly what I'll stitch on it, but it's an XG design too called Alien from the Moon. It's a 32 count. But look at this. It's kind of this green color. Then it has these colorful splotches of grays and yellows. So it looks very, so it's a very interesting fabric. I don't know what I'll stitch on it yet. Maybe some kind of Halloween piece, maybe. But it's cool. But when you looked at it online, it looked, it kind of looked more gray and like a gray base with you didn't see all those colors. So when I got it, it was like totally not what I had them pictured in my brain of what it was going to look like. But sometimes that's fun to. This was another one that kind of was the same thing for me. The way it looked online was a little bit different than what it looked like in person. So this one is a 36 count, and it's called Halloween Pumpkin. And online, like, you could see the brown, and you saw like some kind of oranges. But this one again is like very, it's a lot more color splashed than it looked online. So you see oranges and kind of some blues, purples, whiter spots. Just a really cool kind of vintage grungy fabric, which would be cool for some of those more primitive Halloween designs, I think. So that was kind of fun. And then I got this one called Early Halloween from X, and these are all X-Jude designs, if I didn't say that. This is a 32 count. And this was another one that was a lot more modeled in person than it looks like online, because you can just see a little piece. So that one's pretty cool. This is another one that's probably good for those vintage Halloween designs. So those are fun. Be fun to figure out something to put on it. Like, look at that modeling spot. It looks like kind of a creepy owl. 2 eyeballs and his little... That'd be cool almost just to frame that. Wouldn't even have to stitch anything. It looks like a really creepy owl. I just noticed that when I put it down. Awesome. And then the last piece of fabric I got was from Picture This Plus, and this is 32 count Pampas, which is what I used on my snow penny, but this is not a crystal version. This is the regular, and this is the 32 count linen, not the 28. So you can see a little bit of a difference, but I had been looking for this color in a 32 count because I have a kit called Glow of the North. It's a Russian kit, and a lady had stitched, she swapped the kit fabric out for this color. It's a really pretty like a light Christmas green, and that kit looked gorgeous on this design. And I think the kit fabric is the 16 count Ada, so I was wanting to get a 32 count. So if I use this, it would be the same size as what the kit would call for. So Kitten Stitcher was the only place I could find it in the 32 count. So I snagged that. So that was my order from Kitten Stitcher. So lots of cool stuff from her. And then I placed an order with Hollis Hands Create. I was looking for Long Dog Sampler's Cardinal Points. Sorry for the glare, because I've really been wanting this pattern. And this one's getting kind of hard to find. When I searched for it, there wasn't, like 1, 2, 3 Stitch didn't have it listed. I was having a harder time finding this one. So when I found it at Hollis Hands Create, I went ahead and got it, because I wasn't sure if it's limited edition or what, but it was kind of harder to find. So if you're wanting this, you might want to search for it and grab it while you can still find them, just in case. You know how that goes sometimes. So I ordered that, and because you can't ever just order one thing, I ordered some other charts from her. So I ordered the Primitive Hair Trick or Treat Pumpkin. I love this guy. Look at his face. So cute. I ordered the Primitive Hair Where There Is a Witch, There Is a Way. And I ordered this one by the Primitive Hair called Carved. Looks like an old Halloween snow globe that's got these creepy, like this little jack-o'-lantern ghost is popping out of the pumpkin because they carved him up. And the ghosts are like, one ghost is like super sad about it, and the other ghost thinks it's hilarious. So I just thought that was cute. And then I ordered a couple of Blackbird Designs charts that these ones have been on my wish list for a long time. And you know how Blackbird Designs are when sometimes patterns out for a while, all of a sudden they just disappear. So I thought I better just get these while I can still get them, just because you just never know. So I like this one, Halloween Eve. So I ordered that. And this is another one that I've had on my wish list for a long time, the Cats on Parade. So I grabbed that one. And then I ordered a piece of fabric. I had a piece of this already, but I really like this color. And this is the color that I plan on using for when I get the pattern. Lindy Stitch's Dracula's Confession. I think it would look awesome on this fabric. This one's a 32 count Woodland Halloween from Mountain Air. But I just think that Dracula's Confession would look awesome on here. So I had a piece of this in my stash already, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, Dracula's Confession. And because I love this color for Halloween, I just grabbed another one since I knew I would be using the piece in my stash for Dracula when I get that pattern. So, and then I placed an order with Teresa Kogut's shop because I wanted this design called Moon Dance. So I thought that was really cute. I think you do this on like a black fabric and you don't stitch any of the black. You just basically stitch all that background. So that's cool. And then the other pattern I got from her, because you can't ever just order one pattern, you know. I went ahead and ordered the Land That I Love sampler book. So I think it's pretty. So, not sure when I'll start this one, but it's really pretty. So I got that. And then my unicorn. Ooh, ooh. So I got this from Cross-Eye Bear on Etsy. She had these listed in her shop, and I sent her a message and I was like, hey, and made her an offer, and she counter offered and we agreed on a price and I was able to get it. So the first one I got was the Primitive Needle Hollow Game Board. I have wanted this one. When I used to cross stitch years and years ago, and then I took a big hiatus from cross stitching for several years, even though I'd still collect patterns and kind of once in a while. But I took like a break from cross stitch for over 8 years. And then when I got back into stitching at the end of 2015, things had changed so much, and the Primitive Needle was already out of print due to the designer passing away. So these were already hard to find when I got back into stitching, but I love her aesthetic, and the one that is still on my unicorn list that I don't know if I'll ever get it someday, but it's the Witch's Hollow. I love that one too. But this hollow game board has been on the top of my unicorn chart list for like since I came back into stitching. And the reason why is because when you watch Jen's Stitching Niches floss tube videos, she has this hanging on her wall behind her. And like, so every time I see her videos, like I see this and it's like, oh my gosh, I want to stitch that so bad. So I found it. Yay! So that's one off my list. And so I'm so excited to get that, and I need to start stitching it. And then she also had another chart in her shop from Primitive Needle that I really liked. So we were able to strike a deal on this one too, and I got it. It's called Her Wicked Best by Primitive Needle. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm trying to... It's these cute little witches just flying. You can make a little pin pillow. So, super excited to have those. So I want to thank that shop for striking a bargain with me and allowing me to get my unicorn chart. And then I got in my last Bouville series chart. This was a year-long, you got one of these every month. This is from Crazy Annie's that I signed up through it for. And I got the chart, and I always got the matching Zappy Dot, which is a needle minder of the same design. But these are from Sugar Stitches, and I think Sugar Stitches has an Etsy shop, and these are now listed in her Etsy shop, so you can get them as a PDF or whatever. But having a little problem with Crazy Annie's right now too. Like I said, I don't know what it is with me in some shops lately, but when for these charts, like I signed up through Crazy Annie's, it was automatically billed every month. They shipped automatically every month. I've had no problems at all getting these. Crazy Annie's has a Facebook group that sometimes she'll list like charts and stuff, and you me please them, and she'll send you an invoice and you kind of shop that way. Well, she had her Christmas in July sale, and I me pleased several things, probably 4 or 5 different charts, and I wasn't getting an invoice. Like months and months later, I still hadn't gotten any invoices. So I had sent her multiple emails, never got answers to emails, sent a Facebook message, and the Facebook message said send her an email. So I did that. Finally, it left a comment on the album that had those charts listed, because she said that they were exclusive charts to her store, so I wanted to make sure I got them. And finally, like that was in July, and then finally September 30th, I finally got an invoice through PayPal for those charts. And when I looked at my invoice, there was one chart missing. So I emailed her again and said, hey, can you add this chart that I had me pleased that wasn't on the list? So she ended up a couple days later updating my invoice. So as soon as that was on there, I paid it right away, and they still haven't shipped. So I'm still waiting for my charts that I paid for the end of September, beginning of October, maybe it's October 1st-ish or so, that I paid for as soon as she updated it from her Christmas and July sale. So her auto ship programs are great. I know she gets a lot of orders and she's busy, but again, you don't have that communication, so you don't really know what's going on. So I don't know. Hopefully it'll come soon, but we'll see. And then I have been I've been horrible about being on eBay lately. Sometimes when I'm at work, especially when I'm at work, honestly, before I drag my stitching out I just need to get it out so it's ready to go. So when I start getting bored, I stop internet shopping, because I've scored a lot of stuff on eBay lately. Granted, it's awesome deals and they're cheap, but cheap adds up over, you know, $2 or $3 here, $2 or $3 here. Before you know it, you've spent like $75. And so I need to just cross stitch what I have and stop shopping on eBay. So this is my eBay haul portion. So I did get this really awesome Cherished Stitches, a Quaker Halloween sampler. And I didn't realize this when I won this auction, but it also came with a 30 count iced cappuccino fabric. So that was cool. But I love this. Like when I was talking earlier about, I love the Quaker design, like the aesthetic of Quaker, but I love those surprise, like at first glance, you're like, oh, that's really cute. It's like a primitive, but I like those when you look closer and you realize what you're looking at, like the fun surprises, like the little cats around this, this little scary brew potion with the little skulls, the witch hats, this creepy tree. Look at this creepy squirrel. Like, that is like, what is he holding? It almost looks like a werewolf squirrel with like this big acorn. Like, look at his little pot belly. That is so cool. So I love this. And these are the kind of Quaker designs that I really like. Those ones with the unexpected. You start looking at them and you see all these cool things. I think that's why I like the Long Dog Sampler type charts too. All of theirs, they have those cool, the more you look at it, the more you see, and the cooler the designs are. So need to hurry up and get through this. I won this kit on eBay. So Luca S chart called the Fairy. This is a full kit. I won this for $6.99. Can you believe it? $7. And almost done. I won this one called The Stitching Witch by Cecilia's Stamplers. And it says, with silk from a web by the light of the moon, witches are stitching from midnight till noon. I thought that was cute. I wanted to have a few pieces to put up in my craft room. And then I won this one, A Haunting We Will Go, from Douglas Designs. And these look like little houses on plastic canvas, and you use that glow-in-the-dark thread for the ghosts and stuff. But I thought, I don't know how big these are, but I don't think they're super big. No, like 40 by 65, 66 by 61. So I thought you could make these as little ornaments for a Halloween tree and do the little ghosts and stuff in the glow-in-the-dark thread. And then I won this one called Santa's Coming from Just Another Button Company. And I probably won't stitch this chart. It's cute, but not really my style. But the reason why I wanted it is because it came with a button pack. And it has all these buttons. And I won this auction for just like a couple of bucks. And you can't even buy those buttons for what I paid for this whole thing. Probably not even one button. So that was the real reason I got it. Because I want to use these buttons for other projects. And so I might give that chart away on a future video. I won this Dragon Dreams Why Hoard Gold. It says, why hoard gold when you can hoard chocolate? I thought that was cute. I won this one called Friends. I really liked this one. I don't know if he's cute. I think this was like, I was buying a couple of things from the same seller, and this one was like $2. So I was like, what the heck? Since I'd already won some other things from them, might as well get a few others that were cute. And I got this one from that same seller called Dynamics Florals. I really like the sunflowers, but the reason why I wanted this, I think I paid like $3 for this booklet. It's got this really pretty irises. But the cool thing is it's a Rit dye book, and it shows you step by step how to use the Rit dyes to make these background fabrics to stitch these designs. So the method that they do is, like, this is how they did the irises. Like, they take like a, looks like paper towel or something, and they dip and they sponge the colors on. So that was why I wanted it. Plus I really liked the, not a huge flower. There's some flower ones that I really like. I really like sunflowers and stuff, but I really mainly got it for the technique on dyeing your fabric that way. So that's really cool. And this was only like $3. And then I got this called from Water's Edge called Witches Beware. And I was watching a Floss Tube video. Who was it? Oh, lordy, lordy. Kim Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck? Her Floss Tube. She just shared that she was going to be starting this one. The Oberlin Samplers. It's called, I guess it's called Witches. But when she shared this, like, she was participating, I think it was Kim Hollenbeck, and she was participating in the Finally Out of Your Stash stitch along, where something you've had in your stash forever that you've been wanting to start and you just haven't. You're supposed to start one of those every month, I think. And this was the one that she shared she was going to be starting. And I absolutely loved this and had to hunt it down. So, of course, I found it on eBay very reasonably. So I bought it. And then, of course, I had to buy other charts from the same seller. So it kind of led me down a rabbit hole. But I love that one. I love this witch in the middle looking over her little pot. So funny. So some other charts I got from that seller. I got Creepy Halloween from Thistles. I got the Lizzie K. Eek Boo Hiss, because I thought these would be really cute ornaments for the Halloween tree. I got this really cute one called Sit a Spell from Just Another Button Company. I really thought that witch was hilarious, and I really like the little frog she's holding. It's a little button that you buy. But the witch cracked me up. I got Pumpkin Pals Forever from Chessie and Me. I really like that. I think it's I love those little willow trees. I got Glendon Place Ghostly Gathering. And when I stitched this, I was thinking about just doing the individual ghosts, like as little ornaments, a few of them. Like, I really like this one. Look at his face. Look at the detail on his face. They're little, this one has a mustache. But I thought these would be fun to do in the glow-in-the-dark thread and make ornaments for the tree, like the individual ghosts with their crazy faces. Oh, that'd be cute. Then I got the Stitching Parlor Dias for Dracula Scissor Keep. Thought that was cool. I won Winter Queen from Mirabilia. I don't have any of the queens. Winter Queen, I think, was my favorite out of the seasonal ones. And I really like the Royal Holiday one, too. I won Frankenstitches by Stony Creek. I literally could probably stitch, I love Stony Creek's witches and their pumpkin faces. Look at that. Their faces are just so cute, and their ghosts. Like, I literally could probably stitch everything that Stony Creek does for Halloween. They're so cute. They're witches and their little, the witches and their snowmen. I probably could stitch everything that they make with one of those characters. I got Adolescence, which is a pretty tiger. This one's Coachman Creations. I told you I need to stay off eBay. This is a month's worth of eBay. Then I won the mystery, the 3-piece mystery sampler. Called, it's from Sam Sarah. This is what the full piece looks like. But each of these packs came with the button packs. So they all have the buttons and everything. Snow fabric. And then I got Val's stuff. Who Gives a Hoot? I won this Wicked Hollows Eve by X Stitch Designs by Lisa. I thought this one was cool because it has this really awesome werewolf. Like, you don't see, I've never really seen werewolf design. And it says, there's a bad moon rising this Wicked Hollows Eve, where evil crouches in wait with dripping fangs and dank matted fur. For they run with the witches this one ghostly night up to ghastly and devilish deeds, for a pat on the back and a sharing of souls to satisfy bloodthirsty needs. Hide lest it be too late. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then I won this work basket, Quaker cow and sheep. Again, there's that funny Quaker that's, oh, it's a sheep. I really like this cow too, but doesn't that look like a dog? Like, I think it looks more like a dog's face to me than a cow. But I really liked the sheep. And then I won the Stitchers Anon in the Deep Dark Woods. It says, in the deep dark woods where nobody goes, wee witchety creeps on her tippity toes. I thought that was cute. And then one of the shops that I got some patterns on Etsy, they sent me this freebie chart from Snowflower Diaries. In my order, those are online at Snowflower Diaries. You can get them for free. I won this pattern from Mosey and Me called Fall Madness. It's got specialty stitches. Somebody had started it, like I didn't know it came with this, but somebody had started it on this apricot fabric, which I'll probably just toss. And it came with some fry threads and stuff. I don't know if I'll use though. I probably won't use them. They look like they're kind of a pain in the butt to stitch with. So I was thinking I'd probably do the ghost and like the glow in the dark and try these specialty stitches. Only a couple more, and then I got by Rhodes Butterfly called Big Butt Witch. And it says, does this broom make my butt look big? I thought that was funny. And then I placed an order with Stony Creek. This is the last thing. They were starting a new freebie series. Every month they have a free chart. You just have to pay shipping. So this, the new series is these cute little snowmen. And if once you get all the months, you can do it all as one piece like that. Or you can do them separate. So this is the first one in the series of 4. It's the spring snowman. So I got the free chart, and then I ordered the little button pack that goes with them. And then they've been offering, besides that free chart, they've been doing a free ornament every month too, for like the last probably 5 or 6 months. So this was the free chart, free ornament. I know this month they also, I was looking on there to see, look at the new snowman, and they have another new different free ornament chart for this month too. So I just ordered that pattern. I didn't get any buttons or anything. And then I had ordered the Lavender and Lace Mother's Tree. I've been wanting this one for a while. My grandma who passed away, she was really into genealogy. And she had traced her line back, I think it was clear back in the 1600s or something. So I've always wanted to, I want to get her genealogy records and stuff and do this pattern to trace back my mom's line, since Grandma had them all the names and stuff. And then I'll put my daughter's name after mine. And then probably leave space so if she has a daughter someday, her name can be added. So I got that. And the very last thing is Haunted Hospitality. I ordered this from Stony Creek. Again, because I love their little witches. And I thought, like, you could just stitch, like, even if you don't want to do the whole design, like, I thought, like, you could just stitch the little witch and ghost behind her, or even leave the ghost out and just stitch the little witch, make it into a little ornament or pillow. So that's what I plan on doing for her, like, for my Halloween tree. But that was all of my haul. So, thanks for sticking through me if you sat through all that. I know it was a lot. It's crazy how fast your haul adds up sometimes, especially when you're eBaying and, you know, you buy 6 or 7 charts from one seller because you're already paying shipping from them. So you might as well make it count when they have, you know, and pay $2 or $3 for a chart. I mean, it's awesome. Awesome deals. Obviously, I can't pass up. So that's all I have. This is another movie. So I'm going to try really hard to, try to do my videos about every 2 weeks. I was thinking my schedule rotates where I work 6 days in a row and then I have 3 days off, and then I work 5 days in a row and then I have 2 days off. And then it goes back to 6-3-5-2, 6-3-5-2. So I was thinking that my 2 days off really suck because you're getting off your first night that you have off. You're actually working till 7 o'clock that morning. So on your 2 day off, it only really feels like one, and you can't really flop your schedule or do anything. So what I was thinking is, the weeks that I have my 3 days off, I'm going to try really hard to do a video on my 3 days off. So that would be every 2 weeks. That way I don't have these giant piles of stuff to share, and then my videos are super long. So that's my goal. So this was the end of my 3 days off. So I wanted to get this up. So hopefully in 2 weeks on my next round of 3 days off, I can come back and do a video. It will be after retreat, and probably more than likely after we get back from Vegas, honestly, because we're going to be there for a week. Like I said, I won't be doing anything but sitting in the hotel room cross-stitching because I don't want to get COVID, and I don't want to be around a lot of people outside of like family, and just I'm not comfortable with that yet. So it sounds exciting that we're going, but really not, because it's a work trip and we're not going to partake in any activities or gambling or any of that stuff. So that is it for me. So just a reminder, if you want to enter my giveaway for that Mallow fabric, please be a subscriber and just leave a comment that says you want to stitch on the Mallow, M-A-L-L-O-W, because that's the word I'll search for. I'll ship it anywhere. So enter if you want to try it. And if you get it and it's not something that you like to stitch on either, then you can have your own giveaway with it if you want. I'd like to thank everybody for those that have been with me, for subscribing and watching, and if you sat through this marathon movie, I really appreciate it. And I hope that you'll subscribe, and that you can find something to be inspired by on my channel. So that's all I have. I hope you have a good day. Happy stitching, y'all.